Why are you hitting your mom? I mean, don't do this thing where we're shaking our head, we're trying to consider, because what I just read is you punch your mom in the mouth and it says that she was bleeding. As you know, I'm from the old school of parenting. That most definitely would not have been allowed. And all of this because you wanted her to drive you to the store and she said no.
Judge Boyd didn't mince words during one of the most intense courtroom moments we've seen. He was addressing a young man accused of assaulting his own mother, a charge that carries heavy emotional weight. And yet, the defendant sat there, with a smug grin, barely taking the situation seriously. At times, he even chuckled, as if the whole thing were some kind of joke. The atmosphere in the courtroom was tense. Viewers and courtroom staff alike were visibly shaken not just by the charge itself, but by the complete lack of remorse. Not once did the defendant express regret or offer even the faintest sign of an apology. His attitude was defiant and, frankly, disturbing. Disrespect like this is rare in front of a judge, especially when it involves violence against a parent. But Judge Boyd wasn't about to let it slide. His response was direct, emotional, and exactly what the situation called for. What do you think? Was the judge's reaction justified? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Now, let's take a closer look at this moment as Judge Boyd delivers a powerful message in the face of such shocking behavior.
And are you Mr. Ronnie Simmons?
Yes.
Mr. Simmons, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand what you're charged with is assault, family, second offense? That's a third-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, sir.
Showing you the plea bargain page, did you review that case? I'm sorry, did you review that page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. And Mr. Simmons, did you understand that to be the entirety of your plea bargain agreement?
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, sir.
State, is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, no contact with Cheryl Simmons, no harmful or injurious contact with Ronald Simmons. And of course, there's an affirmative finding of family violence. I know that you all have put affirmative finding of family violence below the line, but if there is if I deem that this is a family violence case, there will be an affirmative finding of family violence. Does everyone understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, other than that, did everyone understand that I don't have to follow the recommendations from the state? Did you understand?
Yes.
All right, then to the offenses charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Okay.
State, any evidence?
The state offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments, Your Honor. No objections, Judge.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, I review in states exhibits 1 and attachments. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so first question I have, Ronald Simmons. Is Ronald Simmons married to your mom and do they live together or no?
Father, actually, Judge. And
Right.
I think your parents are still married, yes.
So they live together. How old are you?
32.
You're 32 years old. And is this complaint in this case your biological mother?
Yes.
Why are you hitting your mom? I mean, don't do this thing where we're shaking our head, we're trying to consider, because what I just read is you punch your mom in the mouth. We only get one mother. And it says that she was bleeding. I mean, if you want a jury trial, I'm here. Anybody who wants a jury trial is more than welcome to have it. But it appears that you have some anger issues because this is a family violence second. This is not a first. How old is your mother?
46.
When's her birthday?
May 30.
You sound very unsure. All right. So why are you hitting on your mom?
32 years old, most people are building careers, families, and independence. But in this case, not only is this man still living with his mother, he's been accused of physically assaulting her. That's not just a sign of immaturity, it's something far more serious. There's a line you don't cross, and when it involves harming the very person who raised you, it becomes a deep moral failure. Family should be a place of safety and respect, a bond built on love and trust. When that trust is broken through violence, it's not just an attack, it's a betrayal. And when the victim is your own mother, it speaks volumes about who you are and how little regard you have for the people closest to you. What makes this even harder to accept is his refusal to take responsibility. Rather than owning up to what happened, he brushes it off like it's no big deal. But let's be clear, accountability is the first step toward growth. Anything less isn't strength, it's just pride masking weakness.
And at your age, even if you were younger, if your parent doesn't want to drive you somewhere, they don't have to. That's what via buses are for. That's what getting a job and getting your own car for. When this happened, were you living at that home?
No.
So you're coming over starting problem. And this previous assault family violence case, who was the complainant in that case? On March 25th, 2022, you were convicted of assault, bodily injury, family household, and cause number 669877. Who were you on probation for out of that cause number? What is their relationship? Can somebody look that up for me? Cause number 669877. It's a county court cause number, and see who the complainant was.
Cheryl
What are the
Simmons,
parents?
Judge.
Cheryl Simmons.
Yes.
So the same person.
Right. Yeah.
What is your issue with your mom? I don't understand people who hit their mothers and their parents.
Right.
As you know, I'm from the old school of parenting. That most definitely would not have been allowed. And there are many things that I could not say, but I don't know if, well, I do know. If I would have hit my mom, well, let's just say I would not be here as judge now. But people would probably be saying, oh, we remember Stephanie. She was such a nice little girl. So why are you hitting on your mom? And this is not the first time. There has to be a reason for it. Why do you think it's okay to hit your mother?
I mean, I could sit here and say I didn't, but I mean, I said no context, so.
Well, no, I mean, you've done it before in the past. So I'm trying to figure out, why are you hitting on your mom? Why do you think that's okay? Oh, you want a jury trial?
Nothing.
Mhm.
I'm just answering your question.
Well, we have two cases with you involving your mom. So you're saying on both occasions, you never put your hands on her. And the fact that they're saying that she's bleeding from the lip, that's just, I don't know, something she did to herself. All right. And it says here, you hit her with a closed fist, splitting her upper lip, causing it to bleed and swell.
To find any reasonable argument for leniency in a case like this. This man isn't just accused of striking his mother, he's done it before. And this time, it was with a closed fist. That detail changes everything. We're not talking about a verbal argument or a bad night, we're talking about repeated physical violence against the one person who's likely stood by him more than anyone else. Let's be honest, no one's here looking for excuses. But if he had come into that courtroom, looked the judge in the eye, and taken real ownership of his actions, if he had shown true remorse and offered a heartfelt apology, it might have opened the door for a small measure of grace. That didn't happen. Instead, he sat there with a smug expression, almost as if he believed his mother somehow deserved it. And why? Because she told him she couldn't take him to the store. That level of entitlement is unsettling, to say the least, and his behavior in court only made things worse, both for his case and for how the public sees him now. What do you think? Should someone with this kind of attitude be given another shot, or has he already made it clear who he is?
It says suspect grabbed victim's left upper arm with his left hand, holding her in place and then punched her in the mouth with closed fists. And all of this because you wanted her to drive you to the store and she said, no, walk. I don't know what people, in this day and age, people act like children can't ride the school bus. They got to have a nice car. People can't walk to where they need to go because it's embarrassing, or get on the VIA bus because it's embarrassing. If you don't have a car, can't afford get a car, you walk. All right. Are you employed? Would that be at Babies?
Yeah, please.
Are those burgers better than Chris Madrid's?
Mhm.
I'll see. You both, if you work there, you're supposed to say most definitely, but
Chris Madrid's is hard to beat, Judge. He's trying to be honest. He's under oath. He's trying to be honest.
okay. All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
7.
And who does your child live with?
Smug.
Do you see your child?
So,
Do you pay child support?
yes.
All right. And I ask these questions because part of your conditions on probation, which sometimes people don't read all of the conditions, even though probation, I know, goes all of the conditions with you. Part of the conditions of probation automatically is supporting your dependents. All right. All right. 6 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. No contact with Cheryl Ann Simmons, and that's with 1 M. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. I'm going to want regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month until further notice. The BIPP course, anger management, probation. Is there anything else he needs?
Connor, did you mention community service hours?
Let me do that. There's to be no harmful or injurious contact with Ronald Simmons. 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to get that, but if you do, 40 of those hours will be waived. Parenting classes with triple P. Anything else you need from the court in order to be successful? I'm sorry. Showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Good luck to you. You only get one mom in this world. And you know what? The way you're treating your mom, you're asking for your son to behave in that same manner. And your son may end up going before a judge because they're looking to you and you're educating them on how to solve problems. And this is not the way you do it. Do you understand? From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself a question before you make a decision. Is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? And if the answer to that question is maybe.
Having 6 years of deferred adjudication for a case this serious honestly feels surprisingly light, especially given both the nature of the offense and the attitude of the defendant. From the moment he entered the courtroom, it was clear he wasn't taking any of it seriously. That unsettling grin, the complete lack of remorse, and his body language all told the same story. He didn't care at all. It's hard to believe someone with that kind of mindset is truly ready to change. In fact, that smug, emotionless expression said more than any words could. It was almost chilling, and if I had to make a prediction, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this man back in court again, probably sooner than anyone expects. Now, while the sentence may be legal, it's fair to ask, does it deliver real accountability? Because when someone walks away from a courtroom showing zero regret, it's not just a reflection of their own character, it forces us to question whether justice was really served. So, what do you think? Did Judge Boyd go too easy here? Or was this a fair balance between punishment and second chances? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're into courtroom breakdowns and real-life justice stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned, we've got plenty more coming. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.